How could I help you guys who are embarking on this keto lifestyle? How could I help you in terms of getting realistic about your journey, but also, literally just getting real about the journey itself, about what it entails, and about some of the things you can do to help yourself along this journey. One of the things that I thought we could talk about was the development of good habits. Because truth be told, in order to get to where you want to get to with the whole fat loss, weight loss thing, even your health and wellness journey, there's certain things that you have to do, and you have to do consistently. And when you do it consistently, it becomes a habit. What does that mean? A habit is something that you do without even having to think about, right? So like brushing your teeth is a habit, right? You know that if you wake up in the morning, you don't really think about going to brush your teeth. It's just one of those things that you do. Showering is a habit. You shower. It's just a done thing, right? These are habits. And so there's some habits that you're going to need to develop. Now, here's the thing about habits is that you're not born with them. And you develop good habits, but you can also develop bad habits. And many of us have gotten to a place where our bodies are out of balance and we're overweight because we developed some really bad habits. And so what it is whenever you remove a bad habit, you got to replace it with a good habit. So if you're going to say, you know what, I have been eating a ton of sweets, a ton of carbs, a ton of things that I know I should not be eating that are not good for me. Well, what are you going to replace it with? Is essentially what we're saying. Because here's the thing, a lot of the habits that we have formed are things that we've come with from childhood. So I want you guys to have a little bit of compassion with yourself. Be a little kind to yourself, because unlearning things when you're an adult is not a very easy thing to do. Hey, Mindy, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. Let me know where you're tuning in from. When you are unlearning things that you have been doing and that are ingrained in how you do things, some may even be cultural things that you're trying to unlearn. It is not an easy journey, and you have to be really patient with yourself, but you also have to be self-aware. And then you also have to make sure that you create around you a support system so that when things get tough, you are supported to carry on in this journey, because things will get tough. It's just the nature of what it is we're trying to do. So how do we build good habits, first and foremost? Let's talk about that. The first thing you want to think about when talking about building good habits is you want to set small, ridiculously small goals that are achievable. There is a reason for that. If you set goals that are too big, they are going to require so much willpower to get through them. I'll give you an example. Somebody says, I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week for 45 minutes. Whew, that's huge, right? For someone who's starting out. What's going to happen is you might be able to do that the first week. I can tell you quite honestly, for me, 2 days of that, and my willpower will be gone after 2 days. Some people might be able to do that for a week, but let me tell you something. By the end of that first week, your willpower will be tired. They say that willpower is like a muscle. When you overuse it, it gets tired. So willpower is not something that you can rely on to get you through stuff. This is why you got to set things in place to support you when things get tough. But when you set goals that are so unrealistic like that, chances are you're not going to be able to do it consistently for a long period of time, and it's not going to become a habit that quick. And then you will feel disappointed in yourself, and when you feel disappointed in yourself, you beat yourself down and you start spiraling back to where you started. So what you want to do is you set ridiculously small goals. How about just saying, let's put the gym aside for a minute. I'm not a gym rat. I don't like the gym. So let's just put the gym aside for a little bit, right? You can start by saying, okay, I'm going to walk 10 minutes every single day. I'm going to walk to the post box and back home Something so ridiculously small that you can do it without even thinking about it. Something so ridiculously small, it doesn't require effort in terms of preparation. I need to fix my protein shake. I need to get my sneakers on. When I get to the gym, they don't want outdoor shoes. They want indoor shoes. I need to pack a bag. Forget about all that. Set something so ridiculously small and so doable that you will do it. And when you do it, you'll find that you do it and you do more, right? So instead of walking 10 minutes, you do 10 minutes and you're like, you know what? I can do another 10 minutes. And then you do another 10 minutes. But the next day, if it so happens that for whatever reason, you just managed 10 minutes, hey, you've done it. And over time, you get used to doing this same thing over and over again, this thing that you're doing so effortlessly. And you build your confidence. That is how you build your self-confidence. And when you're now confident, you can take on more. You can tell yourself, okay, you know what? For the last 2 months, I've been walking 10 minutes every single day. I think I can really up it now. Okay, let's up this to like 20 minutes. And so on and so forth. It's a process, guys. It's a process. You're not trying to run to get somewhere, right? This is your journey. You take your own sweet time with your journey, but you keep moving. Right? So then you build up to a point where it becomes habit for you to walk, say, 45 minutes every single day. And you can't miss it. You won't miss it. Come rain or shine, you will do your walk because guess what? It's effortless. It doesn't require thinking. It doesn't require, oh man, now I gotta put my shoes on. Now I gotta go outside. Oh, it's snowing. I'm not even... It doesn't, because it's become habit, just like brushing your teeth. You don't wake up one morning and say, oh man, it's cloudy out there. I'm not brushing my teeth today, right? You just do it. You get up, you do it, you don't think about it. That's where you want to get to with, and once you've got that, you've got a habit. That's why people always say, you know, how do these people who run 6 miles a day, 10 miles a day, 15 miles a day, I used to run marathons and we would train. And it becomes a habit so that when you don't do it, you literally feel some type of way. When you don't, just like when you don't brush your teeth, you find yourself going, if people are talking to you, you're so conscious that you didn't do something you needed to have done, right? You don't want to open your mouth in case you know, like you breathe some fumes on some people and they pass out, right? So that's what happens. It becomes such a habit that you're just like, you're on it, you're doing it. Then the other thing is, keep going once you've started. It's the keep going bit that's really important. So you've done it for a week. Maybe one day, you know, in week 2, you're like, man, just do it. Do it anyway. Don't even think about it. Just do it. Soon enough, you won't be able to, you will feel so strange if you don't do the thing you're setting yourself up to do. And that's the beauty of building habits. It takes time, but once you get there, you're there. And once you're there, you're there. So I wanted to talk about this too. The other thing is set clear intentions. Okay, set clear intentions. I have a problem. So for example, I coach keto and I have people that I talk to. The first thing I'll say to somebody is, well, what are your goals? What would you like to see happen in your health and wellness journey? Well, I really wish I could lose, you know, just like a few pounds, you know, I just want to, you know, get health. And it's like, no, dude, no. Can we get specific? I need specifics. What do you want? I need you to say, Coach B, I need to lose 40 pounds. I need to tone up. My diabetes is out of control. My high blood pressure is out of control. I want off those meds. Now we're talking. Now we can sit down and we can properly plan how we're going to achieve this. But if your intentions are vague, like people say, oh, you know what? I'll probably hit the gym 3 or so times a week. First and foremost, you will probably, or I'll try. You know what? I'm going to try and see if I can like just, you know, exercise 3 times a week. You'll try? No, we don't use words. Words like wish, words like try, words like, maybe. We don't do that in this space. We hit it hard. I will. do this. I will do that. I will. Because when you use words like that, you're giving yourself a directive and you're telling yourself and you're making a promise to yourself and you're committing to yourself that you're going to do this. And I want to tell you guys, one of the worst things you can ever do for yourself is to break the promises that you make to yourself. Breaking promises to other people is bad enough, but breaking promises that you make to yourself is tragic. You know why? Because that's what eats at your confidence and self-esteem. That's what leads a lot of people not to be able to trust themselves to do things and finish them. So many people have started a journey, halfway through they quit because and the quitting is when you give up. You can have setbacks. Have a setback, but keep going. Have a setback for 2 weeks. Don't call it quitting. Okay, 2 weeks I fell off the bandwagon, right? But I'm on a journey that continues. A lot of people will throw the baby out with the bathwater, have one bad day, one bad meal, one cheat meal, whatever you want to call it, and the whole thing explodes. We're very dramatic like that. Let's not do that to ourselves. One bad week where you've been eating, say, keto for the last 3 months, that's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. And in the grand scheme of things, to be quite honest, you jump right back on and you keep going, right? But the problem is when you then quit, it's because you feel so disappointed that you've broken a promise to yourself. And therefore, you don't trust yourself to actually do this and finish it. So try not to break promises to yourself. Make those promises, keep them realistic, but keep to them, right? That's another way to build your good habits. The other thing is create an environment that supports you. Too many people out there have all the best intentions in the world, but if your environment is not created to support what you're trying to do, you're not going to get very far. It's just that simple. I'll give you a typical example. You want to eat keto, but when you go grocery shopping, you buy everything for everyone else in your home, and you pick an avocado here. It's not going to work. You might actually need to go grocery shopping twice. One for your family who are not keto and one for you who is keto. You got to be intentional about what it is you want to do. And then your environment has in it the things that you need to support your journey. In other words, if you make pasta for your family with meatballs and whatever else, you've got your avocados, your tuna stuffed avocado, whatever it is you've got going there for you, right? So you've set yourself up for success instead of for failure. When you're meal prepping for your family, meal prep for yourself too if your family is not keto. If you have kids in the home who are eating all kinds of junk and snacks, well, one of the things you can do, like I've done with my kids, is literally they eat what I eat because I've phased out the snacks. I'm the person who grocery shops here. So guess what? I don't bring in the snacks anymore. They might get 1 or 2 things at school, but that's nothing. Their main meals are prepared by me. So in so many ways, I've just kind of converted my entire family, whether they like it or not, right? But if you have people in your family who are not into this, that's fine. Just make sure that what you need for your journey, you always have available. That is creating an environment that supports you, an environment that will ensure that you succeed, right? The other thing that I wanted to say is celebrate the small wins. Now, what are small wins? Here's the thing that people do that I would love for people, if I can just help you with one thing. Please, can you throw away your scale? Can you throw away your bathroom scale? I mean that sincerely. Your bathroom scale is one of the quickest ways to get discouraged. And I have said this before and I'm going to say it again, particularly for women. Our hormones fluctuate monthly so many times, and with that fluctuation, our ability to hold on to water, to release water, is just that much too. So one day, and this happens to me, and it has happened to me, I will jump on the scale. It'll tell me that I'm weighing 160 pounds. I will jump on that same scale 5 days later, doing all the right things, and this scale will tell me I'm at 172 pounds. Now, if that isn't a recipe for discouragement, I don't know what is. The scale is not a reliable way to gauge your progress, especially if you're still on this journey. After you've been on the journey for 2 to 3 months, definitely jump on the scale and you will see a difference. But you can't keep jumping on the scale every other day and expecting to see some huge difference. What you will see is you will see differences, but sometimes you'll see the scale a little higher. Use what I call non-scale victories. Your clothes. Use your clothes. Get a pair of jeans and you know what? Every couple of weeks, try it on and see what's going on with it. That is the surest way to see progress. Do pictures. I like doing the front. If you go to my stories, you'll see that right now I'm part of a challenge, so every day. But every week or so, I would take a picture. You take the front, you take your side, you take your back. If you can, get somebody to do that for you, of course. But even front and side is enough. And you know what? You use pictures from last week, pictures from this week, and you put them next to each other. You make a collage. You will start to see the differences. So the scale is not a good measure of where you are in your success. So when you see those little victories, celebrate. And here's the thing I want to say too. Don't celebrate with food. Don't celebrate with cheat meals. I don't know why people like rewarding themselves with food. It's not a good idea. Celebrate with something more meaningful. Something that has to do with self-care. How about you celebrate by going and getting your nails done or getting a new hairstyle? Something like that. Or getting yourself a new book. Whatever it is. But make it non-food. Does that make sense? If it makes sense, just say, yes, it's making sense, please. The other thing that you want to do when you're building good habits is stay away from temptation. I don't know why people want to do this whole cheat meal business. I mean, people will do whatever people want to do, but my advice as a coach to those clients that I coach is don't do that to yourself. Why? Why? If you've embarked on a journey and you are determined to get somewhere, why on earth are you going to do the cheat meals? To what intent and purpose except to keep the memory of things that you're not supposed to be eating alive in you? Why would you do that? It's like taking me, I'm a sugarholic, by the way. It's like taking me, B, who is so like a sugar addict, and saying every week I can eat chocolate cake. That's not going to be very good for me, right? It's like an alcoholic saying, well, you know what? Every week I can have a cocktail. That's not a recipe for success, because at some point, that piece of chocolate cake might turn into a whole chocolate cake, especially if you've been depriving or not eating chocolate cake. So why would you want to put yourself in that position? If you're determined and you've made up your mind that this is the journey you're going on, then go whole hog. Go, have at it. Don't look left, don't look right. Oh, this cheat, that lazy keto, blah. It's up to you. Personally, I know it wouldn't work for my kind of personality because I like the things, okay? The things that I had to let go of, I loved. So if I dabble, it's not going to be dabbling for long. It'll be me full force in there again, right? So do yourself a favor if you can and don't do that whole cheat meal thing. Surround yourself with people who support you. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Sometimes you need to walk away from people who are in your life that you love so that you can become the person that you're supposed to become, and then you can come right back on and the new you can continue. Because sometimes you cannot heal in the environment in which you were hurt. In other words, if you are embarking on a certain journey and there are people saying, let's stay the same, you're not fun anymore, we used to go out drinking and do this and that, you don't want to do that anymore, and you are pressured into doing things that you know are not supporting your journey, you might need to just kind of distance yourself from those people, love them from a distance for a little while you get yourself figured out. And then you can reconvene. But by the time you reconvene, your good habits are set. Nobody can nobody can tempt you to do anything that you're not ready to do. Do you see what I'm saying? You're stronger. So keep that in mind. Keep people around you who are supportive of your journey. That's why these communities are important, these keto communities or whatever community you're in that supports whatever journey you're in. I write, I'm a writer, so I'm part of a writers community as well. you put yourself into these intentional communities so you get the support that you need that you wouldn't otherwise get in your normal home environment or your social environment. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, give me a little heart or something. The other thing is you have to change your mindset. You have to change your mindset. Anytime you embark on a journey, you have to change your mindset. And your mindset is this: be invested in the journey itself, not the destination. So many people choke, especially with, say, weight loss, or even a long-term project like writing a book, because you start living in the future, too far into the future, that any setback that you have along your journey becomes a big old hoo-ha when actually it's not. It's part of the journey. Any setback in your journey, I always say, is a setup for a comeback. Okay? Any setback on this journey of yours is only to teach you some lessons that'll help you to level up. So whatever journey it is you're on, if you're on a weight loss journey, 2 steps back, 10 steps forward. That's okay. 2 steps back, 10 steps forward. Do you see? You're progressing. But don't sit there and look at that big number. That's why I don't like the scale, and tell yourself, I have 250 pounds to lose. Oh my God. And then every other day you're on the scale and you're like, I've only lost 5. That means I've still got another 100 to go, 200 to go. If you do that to yourself, you've set yourself up for failure. What you want to do is forget about that number out there. Start getting invested in your journey. Learn about why you're doing the things you're doing. Learn about what it's doing to your body, this keto thing. Learn about the other benefits of this keto that you're getting. Learn about how to eat keto right. Learn about the different recipes you can do if you get bored easily eating the same things over and over again. Learn about hydration. Learn about collagen. Why do I need collagen? So that when I lose this whole big mass of me, my skin stays tight. My muscle stays tight. My tendons are healthy. My joints are healthy. Why do I need MCT oil? Oh, I need MCT oil for brain health. Also, MCT oil makes that keto process quicker, so I shed fat quicker. Educate, get invested in your journey and forget about the outcome, because once you're invested fully in your journey, that outcome is guaranteed anyway. It's guaranteed. You're going to look up one day and you're going to be like, oh, my size 20 is falling off me. Maybe I need a 16 or maybe not. Oh, looks like I might need a 12. That's how to make sure you succeed. That's why I say, don't make this a painful process for yourself, because the minute you make it a chore, I hate chores, by the way. The minute you make it a chore, the minute you make it something hard and something you just gotta do because, and you don't embrace it, you've already set yourself up for failure. You've already set yourself up for failure. Because as soon as it gets a little hard, as soon as it gets a little uncomfortable, you're gonna quit. You will find every excuse in the book to stop doing it. Oh no, this thing is giving me headaches. Dude, you'll get headaches if you're not hydrated. Instead of saying, oh my God, I went keto and after a week I left it because I got a headache. Research why you're getting a headache. Then remedy that. Maybe you're not drinking enough water. Are you drinking a gallon of water a day? If the answer is no, start drinking a gallon of water a day. If you're still getting headaches, think about it. Maybe my electrolytes are off. Let me research it. Do the things, but stay committed to the thing you said you're going to do. Don't run away and excuse yourself at any given opportunity, because then you're failing yourself. And when you fail yourself, that's like the worst thing you can do. Because to start all over again, your confidence is way down there. Now you got to build that up first to actually trust yourself to be able to do this, right? So I just wanted to share this with you guys, how to build good, healthy habits. Keep doing it. Small, ridiculously small, achievable goals. Keep your eye on your journey. The prize will come anyway. That's a no-brainer. right? Don't count how many months you may need to do it. I have people who are like, okay, so I have 150 pounds. How long do you think this is going to take me to lose? I'm like, hello, hi, can we start the journey first? I don't know your body. You don't know your body. I can't predict how long it's going to take you. If that's going to be up to you. Are you going to be full on strict keto? Are you going to be lazy? Are you going to be Cheeto keto? Whatever it is. I cannot tell you that. And you shouldn't even be caring how long that takes you. You want to get on this journey, right? Then get on it. If it takes you 10 years, oh well, it took you 10 years, but you got there. So divest from the end game and get involved in the process. I love you guys. If you got any value from this, please share this out to your group, share it to your friends, share it to people who you know really need this information. Let's see how many of us, especially us women, we can really help to come into our own, to empower ourselves, to get our health back, to take our lives back so we are fully living, fully engaged in what's going on in our world. Love you guys, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Bye.